goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Vikings and the Lions on Sunday night.
Spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here, losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
You look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even...
There he goes, left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call this.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Ritter to throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Ready?
Ritter on 1st and 10.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready, ready.
Ritter.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Ritter. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Ritter now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Singletary is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. And here they force their turnover on the opening drive and come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd. Looking to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Ritter back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Ritter. Complete to Addison on the out route. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Ritter from the gun. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You talk about this Lions defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And this is where we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Sticking with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Looking to throw it here. Ritter to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Being chased out left. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. As they've got it as we resume action. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown! A great play there. 33 yards. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. We've got an injured player, and that's running back Devin Singletary, who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ritter's throw taken in by Hockenson here.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Check right.
On first down, Ritter. And that is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Ready?
Ritter with another throw on second down. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Smith red. Blue check. Opposite. Green check.
Ritter will set up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. But Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one.
And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Second down throw coming for Ritter.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Switch, yellow. Black swap, check white.
To the air again, it's Ritter. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 67 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. Ritter looking to throw on first and 10. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Ritter on first and 10. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Ready.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Blue check. Opposite.
Ritter to throw it. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points. points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Alec Pierce, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now this third quarter. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game. And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Ready?
Ritter here on 3rd and 2.
And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. yards the pickup, first down.
These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
31 yards.
And the Lions have taken the lead here in this third quarter. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And the Vikings now heading onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Ritter throwing on third down.
And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And take it right on the 30. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42.
And they will take over first and 10. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
110 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
The Vikings head out to take over once again.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Yellow, line.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Time for another look at this Lions offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back in the 27-yard line, he's sacked. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
Evades him at the 20. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And we'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. So a big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Ready.
And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Come on, set.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Working from the gun, Ritter. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Injury on the play, and that's the last player you want to see hurting. The quarterback, Desmond Ritter. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
St. Brown in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
Dances by him. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now run by Gibbs. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 130 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
And in for the Lions touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after them.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And off to Gibbs, headed right here.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Fourth down to give to Gibbs.
And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
This is 1st and 10.
Singletary to get the drive started. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes 2nd down. Now Jones.
And the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way up at the 45-yard line.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
Into the hands of Singletary.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Here's Jones.
His throw incomplete.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
To throw is Jones.
And that will be incomplete as well.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Here we go, get time.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for the Lions, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next.